most of the time when people are like overstimulated from doom scrolling, as you said, Darsh, it's not actually their fault. The thing is with these social media apps, every single thing is meticulously designed just for people to get distracted. Like, you know how on your phone, when you see a notification bubble, it's red? Red is scientifically the most distracting color. So your eyes, that's why fast food companies use red in their logos, because you see it immediately. Donald's, Dairy Queen.
Welcome to the Monarch Experience Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Ancona, and here at the Monarch Experience Podcast, we are all about giving students the platform to be able to voice their opinions about what matters most to them. And today, we're talking about how your brain is far more overstimulated than you even realize. We're hoping to talk about what does an overstimulated brain feel like, recognizing signs that you are overstimulated, what to do when you're feeling overstimulated. And then the fun part, says the English teacher, breaking down the science of how your brain actually gets overstimulated. We're not scientists, but we sure like to pretend we are. That's my credential. But before we get to this very special episode on how your brain is overstimulated, make sure that you follow us on social media. I got this, guys. Let me do my thing. I'm just going to leave this in. You're just telling me what to do. I've done 93 episodes.
I want to be on the 100th.
Man. And before we get to this episode, make sure you're following us on social media, on the only social media platform that is actually used, Snapchat. Look for the Monarch Experience Podcast. Look for the bald guy. Make sure that you're subscribing on YouTube. What a wonderful launch for the channel being on YouTube. Our first new episode that appeared on it, the top 10 male athletes, did wonderfully. So proud of how the people flocked to YouTube, and we finally have circumnavigated, I don't want to say it too loud, the dreaded, our school has blocked the podcast and all podcasting platforms.
Boo.
While in school. So we got around it. People can finally listen while they're getting work done, or while they're pretending to doing work, or when they have downtime. And that's the whole core of this thing is we're trying to make sure that we're giving you, the student, a place that you have that reflects your interest, the things you care about, and everything in between. Great. Let's do things.
So, wait.
First,
Sorry.
we got Aarav.
Hey.
Say something to our audience.
Hi, my name is Aarav.
I know that. I said that. I introduced you.
Wait.
Yeah, Aarav.
Say something more unique.
Do I just say something I like to do?
I don't know. Say whatever you want. Tell us something philosophical. Tell us something dark. Tell us something wonderfully hopeful.
I'll just still say I'm Aarav so that they know, like, they can recognize me from my voice.
Yeah, Aarav.
I like that.
Hi, my name is Aarav. I'm an 8th grader, and I love computers and coding.
Nice. We got Darsh. Darsh is the creator of our new Snapchat. What do we call it? Banner, thumbnail, new episode format, configuration thing.
Yes.
So articulate today. So Darsh, yeah, great job with it. Love the upgrade. Wonderful, wonderful job. Darsh, tell us something.
Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Eat oranges.
So let's talk about how overstimulated our brains are. Save them. What is overstimulation?
Overstimulation is basically when you feel like you're doing so much at once that you can't get anything done.
It's when you can't focus, you are extremely stressed, and you are broken on the inside.
broken on the inside.
I think that's a bit too much.
I've been broken on the inside from 2003.
Your hair's been
Isn't that when you
broken
started
since
teaching?
1990.
No, I was a junior in high school in
Oh.
2003.
It was.
Anything. Yeah, I think
crazy.
I think it's like when I love the way that you guys articulate it, and the add-on that I would put to it is like your brain basically feels like everything around you is unsafe. Even like the simplest things. There's just too much going on, and it reduces your ability to do simple problem-solving tasks. That's how overstimulation feels like to me, where I can't lock in. I have to basically multitask and hop around from thing to thing to thing to thing. And that's not how I operate best.
No one operates like that.
I was gonna kind of catch myself and say, well, I don't know if many people do. I think most people probably don't operate best hopping around idea to idea or thing to thing to thing.
It's
to
actually
thing.
scientifically impossible because once your brain starts sending those neurons, is it too early?
No.
No, okay, yeah. So when your brain starts sending the neurons for that specific task, as soon as you switch to another task, like let's say you're reading a book and then 2 seconds later you start scrolling on TikTok. I know that's not a good example. You're reading a book and then you
How
instantly...
about doing manual labor, like something manually intensive to reading a book?
Yeah.
Motor function to cognitive function.
Yeah, like let's say you're doing yard work outside, like raking the leaves or helping outside, like mowing the grass, and then you instantly go inside and then read a book. You're not gonna be able to focus because you're gonna be thinking of what you were doing before and what you're basically what you were gonna do later, and that's overstimulation because you don't know what to do and you don't know what you're doing right now.
I love that. Yeah. And I think like if you've ever tried to do those two things at the same time, you're just likely not doing them effectively.
So basically, when you switch those two contexts like so dramatically, your brain's not able to like switch fast enough, and you can't get anything done.
Yeah, because people may think, your brain runs on electricity. It's going at the speed of light. Well, it does, but the way your brain changes to those things, it's going to take at least 5-10 minutes for you to lock in onto reading a book instead of locking in on doing yard work or helping your parents outside or something.
Yeah, so I would say you guys, so I enjoy writing in my free time. What a loser, right?
We can
No.
see that. ELA teacher.
But I enjoy writing. And I know when it's not happening. I mean, you guys know this because you guys write. You write for me constantly. Like you're writing in
yeah.
English class.
Couple hours ago.
Yeah, but you know when you enter flow state and you hit that rhythm and like you're going and you're on track and things are just almost seemingly coming natural.
It's almost as if you're not working at all in a way
Yeah.
because you're just so focused.
Yeah,
So it doesn't feel like
but it
work.
doesn't.
You're not
That
working.
can't happen immediately. So I think like that's a great example where like if our listeners understand the idea of when you first start, let's just go with everyone that's listening to this has to write, whether they write for leisure like me or whether they have to write like academic writing and essays in school. They know that feeling of, oh my God, I can't get anything done. The cursor just mocking you as it's blinking on the blank page.
Yeah.
But then you know the difference between that and you know when you are just almost, it feels like it's writing itself. What are some things that contribute to overstimulation for a person?
Okay, I'm just putting this out there. There's 3 things that come to mind.
Okay.
A, school. B, homework. And C, scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or whatever.
That's the most famous one, I'd say, the last one.
School is so broad because you're doing so many things in school that you could say you are being overstimulated. Look, you've got 5 senses, right? So when all of those senses or a lot of those senses are getting tons and tons of output,
Input.
you can only like handle so much of it.
Those classes where like there's so many outgoing kids and they're all together, it's just so loud.
Oh.
I can't do anything.
So that's the sense that probably is triggering you the most is
Yeah.
the noise.
Hearing.
Yeah, noise for me. I have 2 younger kids. I love them, but it's the noise that gets me very overstimulated. I've totally entered my dad mode of when we're eating dinner. Why are we all making noise? Where like I basically made it like, do not put on Alexa while we're eating dinner. I'd rather have a conversation, not have a conversation over Alexa. So that I find very overstimulating.
For me, it's also like the lack of noise. Like I always need to have some like background music playing, like study music. Otherwise, the quiet like I just can't focus for some reason.
Like the ringing in your ears and the buzzing in the outside.
It's not even that. Even when it's perfectly peaceful, it's just feels so unnatural. Like I'm so used to having noise around me that I need just a little bit.
You're so overstimulated, probably,
Yeah.
that you need the baseline of some kind of noise.
That's what it's called. There's basically our mental baseline. And so if you eat ice cream every day or you scroll on TikTok for hours on end every single day, your baseline increases.
Yeah.
And then when you do something boring like studying, then that baseline is so high that when you're studying, you feel like you're having zero fun. But if you only scroll for, let's say, 15 minutes a day, and you take time to meditate, and you do boring things, which we'll get to. Boring things are so awesome.
They are so awesome.
Yeah.
We'll get to
If you
that.
do boring things, then your baseline will get lowered. So if you do have ice cream once in a while, like let's say once a week or something,
It'll
and
feel
you have,
really good.
yeah, because if you have a lower baseline, that's healthier for you because you're going to feel more calm inside. You'll have less stress,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to enjoy things you actually like doing. Like, let's say, if you like scrolling on TikTok or playing a basketball or something.
Yeah.
Those little joys like, oh, I shot a two-pointer, or oh, I found something really funny on TikTok. If you see those things, you're going to get a little jolt of happiness, but it won't be so much so where your baseline is going to increase to the point where you can't handle anything.
I love how articulate that is. Lowering your baseline allows the peaks to not have to be so stark.
Yeah.
They talk about we'll talk about dopamine later, but people talk about like dopamine detoxes.
But
where you try to do things with the least amount of stimulus, like
Eating lettuce. Plain lettuce.
I think of it as like, what's an easy one? Sometimes what I'll do is I will, if someone is on Amazon and I can't listen to music while I'm working out, I'll just work out to silence for a little bit, and it's weird and it sucks and it's boring, but
you enjoy it.
But it's like, okay, I don't need the stimulus of the music with what I'm doing right now.
But another real thing is, most of the time when people are overstimulated from doom scrolling, as you said, Darsh, it's not actually their fault. The thing is with these social media apps, every single thing is meticulously designed just for people to get distracted.
Oh man, yeah.
How on your phone, when you see a notification bubble, it's red? Red is scientifically the most distracting color. So your eyes... That's why fast food companies use red in their logos, because you see it
McDonald's.
immediately.
McDonald's, Burger King,
Dairy Queen,
Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's.
Yeah.
KFC.
Oh my God. How about we just go with stop signs?
Oh.
Scientifically proven to distract you. Let's rephrase that. Scientifically proven to get your attention.
Yeah.
Stop signs, red lights. We know red means stop.
Red means danger. Red means
Yeah.
stop. And we associate those things because that's what we're used to.
Yeah.
Like if you showed a baby orange, they are not going to think, oh, that means something. Or if you show them green, they're not going to be like, oh, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Red, we automatically know is very alerting. Yeah.
But that's learned.
And these social media companies, they're going to keep doing this because as long as people stay on their website for as long as possible, they gain money. So basically, it's not like we can ask those companies to make their websites less overstimulating. So it instead
they're
drives
designed
down
to be overstimulating. Like this becomes a different conversation almost. Where is it their responsibility to cater towards the safety of the general public?
Yeah.
It's like they're not a safety. That's not what it is.
I feel like that is their responsibility, but they ignore that responsibility, and their responsibility is to themselves to earn the most money. Because if you're on their websites, you're seeing seeing ads without even thinking about it. But if you do click on an ad or you do react to something, even if you're overstimulated, if you do react to them, they're earning commissions. Yeah. And that will lead them to want you to keep on scrolling more and more and more and more and continuously for hours on end.
That's why Google actually blocked ad blockers on YouTube, because they don't want people not looking at those ads and going away.
Yeah.
So talking about different senses, I know we're going to come back to social media quite a number of times in this.
Yeah.
Bright lights, loud noises. I think those are definitely things that can cause people to be very overstimulated. If you have a sensory, if you have a sensory disorder, or you're much more sensitive to
Like
sensory
epilepsy?
disruption, things like Times Square.
That is horrible. That is torture for people with
Yeah.
ADHD
Yeah.
and autism.
Yeah.
And
If
Bright
you,
lights, crowded
Epilepsy.
area, loud noises.
Yeah.
Like you're literally getting, even your sense of smell is being inundated with
Yeah.
everything
Like you can
imaginable. Good
smell-
and bad.
yeah.
Right? Because it's not about good and bad. It's just about they all kind of blend into one where there's just too much going on.
Yeah, like
that's
for,
just kind of how overstimulation feels like. Everything ever is being packed into your brain, and you
All at
just
once.
can't handle it.
Yeah, and it's like if everything is kind of, it's like I didn't come up with this. I mean, I'm sure I didn't come up with this. I'm just thinking of it right now. You ever do the Where's Waldo?
yeah.
Right?
I've heard of that game.
Like the Where's Waldo pages where you're
I've
like
done it.
you're looking
There's
forever
a scientific
to find.
way to find Waldo every time.
Hold on.
Of
So
course
there's
you know that.
the whole idea of like the Where's Waldo. I think that kind of feels like what your brain being overstimulated is. It's just there's so much information being thrown at you.
That you can't actually find out.
Yes, you can't pinpoint what am I supposed to be listening to. And if you're trying to get work done and it's just loud classroom talking, I don't know, maybe it's your inner monologue. I know I'm a thinker. I have to be like thinking through things in my head or out loud. And maybe I can't hear that voice. Then that becomes overstimulating for me. Where's Waldo? Sidetrack here.
So there's a specific pattern. You have to go start in like the middle on the left side, and you have to go up and around and in the center, and then down to the corner, and so on.
I have no
There's a
idea what
pattern.
you're trying to say. I have to be so honest here.
Watch Vsauce.
You're saying that there's got to be a systematic approach to every page.
No, there
Yeah.
is.
There is a systematic
Yes.
approach, even though he's in a different place.
Yes. There was a study, and so basically they basically found the average path of where Waldo was
Okay.
every time, and there's a pattern where you should have your eyes follow, and then your peripheral vision could look like up and down
A little bit to the left, a little
but
bit to the
you
right,
should focus on like that line, and if you follow that line, I think there's like a 85 or 90% chance you find Waldo in that line, and if you don't, there's like only a
You get your
small-
money back?
Huh?
If you don't, you get your money back?
No. If you don't, then there's
Waldo
a small-
Waldo will call you and say you might be entitled to financial compensation. Other things that contribute to overstimulation. By the way,
think it's-
can we stay here for a second?
sorry.
What is no? Sorry. What? No. I'm sorry. No, you're sorry. We're both sorry. What for you personally? What is the sense that you get most overstimulated with?
sound.
Eyes.
Sound
like,
for you?
Yes.
Visuals. Definitely visuals.
Eyes. I was like, wait. What does that mean?
Wait.
Eyes.
Or I was like, when I see people's eyes, they're always watching. Okay, so Darsh, sound?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sound. I'm definitely sound.
Every time I've been to a party,
Every dad is sound. It's too loud in here. It's too much talking. Everybody quiet.
I'm a loud person.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. Aarav could agree. I'm a loud person. I speak a lot. I talk a lot. But when it comes to really loud things and a lot of loud things, then it's too much for me. Like if I go to a party and then there's like 5 subwoofers like going from floor to ceiling and they're blasting at max volume, I just can't take it.
So I can do that. Like I'm a concert goer. I listen to loud music. I can do that.
Kiss.
But I can't do that if I'm also trying to do something that
Yeah.
feels opposite of that. So
Like trying to write.
right, correct,
Right,
correct. Working out, put it as loud as you want, put it as low as you want. It's fine. Talking or having a thoughtful conversation with loud music, can't do it. Two opposite things.
So you're listening to loud music,
Yeah.
you're talking, and you're listening to the other person.
Yeah, and you're trying to process both.
Yeah.
And I can't tune out the music because I'm like, what song is this? This is a good song. I want to hear what this is. Can't headbang and get philosophical at the same time. I'm sound. I'm definitely sound as well.
While
You said sight?
Yes, while
many
I do
things.
get
Okay.
overstimulated by sound, like Darsh said, I remember my favorite rock band. One time they made a really good song, and it was a weekend. I listened to that song like so much that in the night I was awake until 1 o'clock
Can't get it
until
out
I
of your
just
head?
until I just had to read a book to get it out of my head.
You know, the best way I've heard to get a song out of your head is to listen to the song.
It was I only listened to it like a couple of times.
It's just earworm.
so-
Yeah.
and it's not like I could have listened to it at 1 a.m. I don't.
Let's
But
just say you couldn't. What are some other things that contribute to overstimulation?
Wait. Also, on the topic of sight,
Yeah.
for me, overstimulation, like Darsh said, it doesn't really feel like, for me, like loud noises insanely and me noticing it. It's more of just me, like, going on a social media platform and sinking, like, countless minutes and hours into it until, like, an hour has passed and I've realized, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I've just been so absorbed in it that I haven't just, like, realized that I should have been doing all along.
You get sucked in.
Yeah, to add on to
Yeah.
Aarav, if you get absorbed into something, like, it's going to be super difficult to just get out of that mindset and get into another mindset.
Because of what you were saying before.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Your
that's
neurons-
why
Context switching.
multitasking is the worst.
Is multitasking one aspect of things that contribute?
Yes, 100%.
Well, it depends on the type of multitasking. If it's like you're reading something and doing something for school, so you switch the doc and that like constantly, I think that's
No,
okay.
that is like the same, like basically that's part of the same assignment in that context.
because
Because
it's
like you're
technically
reading,
the same context. It's just like
yeah,
kind of
you're applying it in a
multitasking.
different way.
So you're still doing the same thing,
It's
Yeah.
just
right?
in a different
Just
way.
in a different way. So that's
But-
so then how come then watching multiple football games on split screens is so overstimulating?
It's because you're
You're
let's
focusing on
say
so many things at once.
someone is getting a field kick over there, someone's getting a touchdown there, someone's making a 70-yard play over there. You just can't take it all in.
Fast moving. Can't when you watch football on TV, you know, our
It's-
listeners, if you've ever gone to a football game, professional football game in person, it is wildly different because football is so masterfully shot for TV with quick camera cuts that you don't get that when you're live. Obviously, you have to scan the whole 100-yard field to watch it. And you're just like, I don't know where my eyes supposed to look.
If
Yeah,
you watch a
'cause you're-
game of cricket, you'll see like
Similar?
when they hit the ball, they have those like diagrams of multicolors,
Yeah.
and the camera switches like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also in football, everyone has different colored jerseys. They're like bright blue, like dark red, or bright pink or something.
Oh, so you're seeing the Broncos in orange, the Ravens in purple. You're seeing the Bengals in orange. You're seeing the Jets in green on different split screens, and your
Yeah.
brain's just like, ah!
Yes, because
What's
colors
going
are
on?
very, very,
Yes.
very distracting.
I hate Red Zone. I mean, I don't know if you guys are football fans, but I do not watch Red Zone. I do not like the multicam stuff. I want to put on a game and I want to watch that game. And I don't
Yes.
mind flipping from game to game, but I don't want multiple ones on at the same time. I can't do it.
I
The
don't
visual, yeah, I visually totally with you. Taste? You ever get overstimulated by taste?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to imagine you eat something salty,
That's
sweet.
just bad food.
If you eat some, I've never gone overstimulated by taste. I don't.
And you could
understand
and
that.
it doesn't have to happen often because most people, I'm not going to say all people because I don't think everyone does, but they have the common sense to not pair something extremely salty with something extremely sweet with something extremely savory. And if they put that together, they're going to be overstimulated with the taste because they don't know what to focus on.
In
I
that
take,
logic,
I take it back. Pineapple pizza is overstimulating, and that's why it's bad.
it's so good.
Get
It's so
out
good.
of here.
Don't
It's good.
understand.
It's
It's not
You
good.
can't deny
I-
it.
I
I
will-
can deny anything. I'm not denying.
You're
it.
delusional. It's good.
That's Aarav summed up in one word.
I think it
You're
is
delusional.
It is
That's
a
two.
crime against Italians.
Who
It is a crime against
Who's
pizza to
bringing the
deny the
Italians
rightful
into
truth.
Deny the rightful truth. Oh.
And also, Josh, adding on what you said, if you're focusing on sweet and salty at the same time, like overstimulation, in theory, can't you get overstimulated by touch?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, crowded areas.
if you're
Right? If you're jam packed.
Oh, yeah, wait, I
I think
forgot.
again as a concert goer, you know, when I've been to, I'm not talking about going to a concert at like MetLife where you have a seat and it's a stadium. I'm talking about like when you go to like Starland Ballroom or the Stone Pony or like some little dive crap place that like could like fire code could only fit 500 people and there's 550 people in there and you're like shoulder to shoulder and you literally are just constantly getting bumped. Like
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
anyone's like touching you like hello there.
but you can feel
but if
them.
you even when they're not physically touching you, they're encroaching your physical space.
it's
Yes.
like claustrophobic people when they're in a room that keeps
Yeah.
closing and closing.
Oh my god, I get overstimulated by touch too.
Are you claustrophobic?
No. When I am eating, I do not want to be touched.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm like a dog. They're just like, don't touch him. He's eating.
I feel like this goes back
Because my kids will like jump
Yeah.
onto my lap, or like even if they don't touch, they'll just get too close to me.
Yeah, they'll scoot over and be
they'll
like,
scoot
"Can
over.
I have that little?"
No, even if they're just like kind of hovering too close to me, I'll be like, I need a little space. I'm eating.
Yeah.
And I don't like being hovered like that.
I feel like that goes back to like
I'm just
our,
an overstimulated
yeah,
person.
I feel like that goes back to our
I think
ancestral
everyone
roots.
is overstimulated.
Everyone is overstimulated.
Well, I mean,
end.
except for like monks.
Yeah.
the monks figured it out.
Okay, well, we'll get there. I think let's get to monks in a second, because
Yeah.
there obviously are groups of people who have figured out ways to combat it.
Okay, if you are eating something, you're looking at 5 bajillion different football games at the
Eating
same
and
time.
watching TV is the worst thing, right?
It's sometimes good. Like, let's say you're putting on like a random video and you're eating something simple. Like, let's say you're just eating give me something simple.
Dal
Rice.
rice.
Yes, rice.
Nothing
let's say,
simpler than rice.
Yes, you're eating rice and you're watching TV. That's okay. But let's say you're eating like a 5-course gourmet meal while watching TV. That is the worst, because
If I get a 5-star gourmet meal, I just want to like enjoy it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that,
If it's
and you
like-
also want to enjoy time with your family, because
Sure.
that you're only using 2 of your senses, hearing and your taste.
Love.
And sometimes, yeah, and also, you're also like feeling the texture, you're
Yeah.
tasting it, and you're looking at your surroundings, your family, your friends.
I think that's
Whoever
an
you're
example of
enjoying the most.
overstimulation, but in a good way. Like
They-
you're like enjoying it.
They say, though, that, well, I think a lot of times we think we're enjoying being overly stimulated, and we don't realize that it's not helpful until after. They say studies show
Hey,
studies
that's
show
my job.
I've seen that the idea that eating in front of a screen is one of the things that contributes to overeating.
Yeah, it
you're-
does, because you can't focus on just eating.
Yeah, you're not focusing on being
watching,
satiated.
And then you're just going scooping and scooping and scooping, and
Yeah.
you don't know when to stop because you're too engrossed in what you're watching.
Yeah, you hit the bottom of the bowl, and then you're like, I
Wait
want
a
more.
minute.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's what overstimulation also feels like. It's with social media and scrolling specifically.
Mm.
You watch one video and it's like you can't stop.
Yeah, and then you instantly go to a next. You go from one to another to another.
And even when you're like, okay, I'm done, you just feel so tired that you can't do anything else.
even though you had no physical activity.
No,
you feel
scrolling
tired.
for a while is exhausting. Because, like you said in the beginning, it's quick information done in a visual, moving, stimulating way, and then the next thing has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So you're literally processing like
Dopamine.
handiwork around the house to like, look at that cute little.
Poppy.
I almost said banana. Look at that cute
Banana,
little.
banana.
Look at that cute little dog, and then it's like, oh my god, doom scrolling news stuff, and then it's like, oh, look at this person. That's a wonderful, uplifting story. And like, you're just like, what emotions am I meant to be having right here?
Yeah.
Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I outraged?
Yeah. Studies show
Talk
that.
about the science.
Yeah.
So, wait, everything with overstimulation revolves just around dopamine. So, dopamine, basically, what dopamine is the reward system for the brain. It's how your brain feels happy after doing something, and it's a source of pleasure in a way.
Yeah, it gives you a chemical reaction. Science. Haha.
Science.
Yeah, and so basically it gives you that chemical reaction in your mind and your body that basically makes you feel pleasure, and your body craves more and more and more. And like I said, there's a
Mental baseline.
Yeah, there's a mental baseline where
Yeah.
if you have too much dopamine in one go and you constantly have that dopamine, your baseline is going to
It'll
be way too high.
Because the thing is, when your whole life is just dopamine, it'll feel like normal life to you. So when you actually have to go back down to earth, it'll feel like really frustrating, and you'll actually start to kick in like the overstimulation.
Yeah, and I love that analogy, back down to earth, because when you're scrolling or you're doing
Have to
something,
come back.
It feels
Yeah.
like you're in some void where
Yeah.
like all time and
like
space
in a
stops.
bubble where
Oh
you're
my
free
god,
falling.
the doom scrolling. That is what a description. We've all been there where we're going. You realize that after
One more.
you go,
One
what
more.
the heck have I been doing? Like, why am I even doing this? It's not even any good. But it does feel like a voidless free fall.
Yeah.
Dang, that's deep. The dopamine thing I think is super interesting, and you two obviously know because that's what was the catalyst for this episode.
Yeah.
That I'm super fascinated by this, and I think of it as like if your baseline goes so high, you can't go any. And I don't mean this term in any kind of negative connotation. You can't go any higher if your baseline is so high.
Yeah.
And then when you do something goes
So what happens to things that are good then?
So let's say you're
They'll
studying.
just feel bad.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You get nothing
You're
from
gonna
them.
feel horrible. You won't be able to concentrate.
Yeah.
And you're gonna absolutely despise what you're doing.
Yeah. And
There's
like,
no coincidence then, considering us, we're peripherally talking a lot about social media here. There's no coincidence then, in my eyes, that is why our depression and anxiety rates are sky high and more catastrophic than they ever have been, because as humans, we are just at all times being overstimulated.
Yeah,
So that when we do come
also-
crashing back down to earth, we are crashing back down to earth.
And also, what you said before about you just get nothing from activities where it should be good.
And that's what
It's just
depression is
that, yeah, that's
categorized,
what depression is.
right?
It's where your brain doesn't have enough dopamine, so you just can't feel happy.
Yeah, it's not a choice. Like again, like I think our audience is pretty well educated on this
Yeah.
stuff, thankfully. But it's not like I'm not happy. It's a rewiring of your brain that is chemically imbalanced. It's
Yeah.
not something you can like snap out of.
One
It's faulty
time,
wiring.
I found this really cool video. It was talking about zoochosis, which is some mental disorder in animals captive in zoos, where animals are meant to be social creatures, but when you keep them holed up in that place for so long, they just go insane, basically. They start getting these abnormal, like, habits. They, like, pace around. They just can't do anything.
What are some of the abnormal habits that they see in zoochosis?
Like, pacing, just, like, sometimes not eating, I think. Just, like, going insane, basically, like an insane asylum for animals. But then the video says that humans are getting 7 hours of screen time on average, which is like a third of the day. And 60% of people don't go outside for even an hour. And depression and anxiety rates, like you said, are skyrocketing. So because of that, we might be developing our own form of zoochosis, and it's all because of overstimulation.
It's scary when you... I did a quick Google search about zoochosis, and it gives examples like pacing, swaying, head bobbing. That's me at a concert.
Wait a minute.
Bar biting. Okay, some concerts. Self-mutilation. No, I usually leave those. Once the human sacrifice starts, I say, all right, I've had enough. And excessive grooming.
Excessive grooming.
Let's not go there. So, I mean, that is odd behavior, like when you think about these things that they're doing. Like,
Excessively grooming your beard.
yeah, I'm just shaving in the middle of the concert.
Yeah.
Giving myself a sponge bath. Yeah, so that's so interesting. You think that we're exhibiting, I think like people are starting to exhibit things that are like that, unnatural behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scary thing is that it's not going to stop.
No, I was just going to ask, like, where do we even go from there? Like, what percentage of people are like you and I that are aware of this? And while we do these things, doom scrolling, we multitask, we get overstimulated, but we're aware of it. And I think people like us, people that are able to kind of recognize this, are in such better shape for the future and for their children and for their children's children because you're aware of it. What about people with like literally no clue that they even realize that their mood completely fluctuates after an hour of scrolling on their phone because they were in the car for an hour and they didn't know what else to do?
I think that's everyone, because my friends are on in a group chat, and like as like some joke thing, like they like are like they know that they're doom scrolling. So sometimes like at like 12 or 3 a.m. they say like good morning guys or good night guys, and it's really funny, but at the same time it's kind of scary because we know that we're doing something wrong, yet we're not doing anything about it.
I think what's interesting is like, and you know, as we talk about like what this feels like for the person, it
feels good, but it feels bad.
No, and I think recognizing when it feels bad is really important, because I know for me, learning so much about this and spending so much time, I'm like the weirdo that like reads this kind of stuff on the beach. Like I have a
You
like
do?
yeah, like that's
You
my
don't go build sandcastles or go in the ocean?
Josh, he's not 5 years old.
No.
He's a 30-year-old
I'm not-
man.
I'm
a
not 5 years old.
39-year-old man. No, so okay, let me rephrase that. I love going in the water. I will like play in the sand. I'm talking about when like my kids aren't with me or like the kids are doing something. Like I want to read. Like I love reading, especially in the summer. Lay outside, work on the tan, and read at the same time.
You work on your tan?
That's some good multitasking. Yes, I work on my tan.
I thought you were naturally like that.
I am naturally like that, but I mean the sun
Helps.
helps.
That's how I do. I just go outside, come back a couple hours later with the tan. I don't even look at it.
Yeah, I just go to get the mail and I come back with a tan.
No, like I actually spend a lot of time outside in the summer.
No, like I'm a big So I love reading this kind of stuff. Like I'm reading like Robert Sapolsky, like Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, and like I love this stuff. And it's like not what a typical person reads on the beach. They're usually reading like, like their mystery romance or some like nonsense, like easy beach reading.
I feel like the brain is such an interesting thing because when you think about it, we're all being powered by this one giant blob of like carbon.
Yeah.
Not green, pink.
Yeah. Don't say that in a derogatory way, or
Not
your
in a
brain
derogatory way,
will
it's
make
like-
you say bad things about yourself.
Yeah. I think it's amazing because like it's also the reason why I love technology so much. We turned rocks into something so amazing that we always use.
It's metal.
like
What's the rock? What are we?
coal. It's like
Oh,
coal,
coal,
I think.
okay.
Yeah, coal.
I was like,
yeah,
turn it into
coal.
weapons to bludgeon each other with. Yeah.
No, just coal.
So the reason I was bringing that up about reading it is like, for you guys who are super interested in this,
Yeah.
Aarav, you said like your sister is in.
She's like doing a minor in I don't know about. I think it's a major. It could be a major, but I know she's done some research.
So if she's
papers.
majoring in neuroscience, by default, you by proxy are minoring in neuroscience, right? Because you're related.
You're mining for the knowledge.
So I guess
As a
what my
child,
point
I
is,
yearned for the mines.
when I started reading about this stuff and becoming more aware,
Self-aware. He became
I became
self-aware.
self-aware. When I became more aware of this, it became like an answer, which was so. We're not being dramatic. Like it almost became like so sleeplessness, fatigue, the head fog.
Yeah.
It became like, oh my God, that's why I feel that way. That's why after I pick up both of my kids at two different schools and then come home and have to do the dishes, get their lunches ready, start prepping dinner, help them with the homework, and then, I haven't even changed out of my work clothes yet. Like, that's why I'm feeling like I can't focus. That's why I feel like my throat is tight. I'm overstimulated. And then you figure out the solutions. And we'll talk about the solutions in a second.
Yeah.
But I think like you can't get to the solution that works for you until you realize how it's negatively affecting you. So sleeplessness, fatigue, poor concentration and focus is the biggest one for me. When I am overstimulated, I can't grade. So if you guys are taking like a vocab test and I'm like, all right, cool. Like you guys are all good. Well, you guys asked 6,000 questions.
Yeah, you cannot
Shots
concentrate
fired.
with
Sorry,
us.
shots fired.
Or the first question's multiple choice.
And they only
how much are these worth?
and 1 point each.
But like muscle tension and stiffness. I talked about like the tight. For me, I get like the tight
It's
neck.
because when you sit in
Joint
one
pain.
position for so long, it's not exactly good for your body.
Yeah.
And,
headaches, fearful or tearful, the crying fits. I'm not one that bursts into crying fits. And I'm not saying that in like a mocking way. But I know that there are definitely people who, when they get overstimulated, will just be,
Breakdown.
oh my God, they're a blob of tears right now. And that's overstimulation. Like, so it's important to identify, well, what were you doing in the hour before? This seemingly random, I don't know why I'm so upset. I don't know why I'm crying. Well, what were you doing in the hour before?
Scrolling.
It doesn't have to be, it could be anything, but it's like, what were you doing the hour before? I was in a really crowded place and I couldn't relax. Oh my God, maybe that's the answer then. And then you can figure out how to
And
solve it.
people aren't meant to be in groups of 500 people. I don't think so, at
Like,
least,
true.
because
Early humans are like groups of 30. I
yeah,
believe.
30 or so. Like, that's a natural setting. Like, a family might consist of 4 to 6. Like, my family is a pretty big one. It's like 6 people in the house. But like, if you're constantly with over 40 to 50 people at a single
that you don't know
time,
especially.
yeah, like that you aren't
yeah.
close with.
So your brain is constantly trying to go,
Who are
constantly
they?
trying to go, who are they? are they safe? Am I safe? What's that person doing? Like, you're constantly assessing the threat level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it goes back to our instincts, because before, like, let's say we saw another species, we're like, is that animal safe?
Yeah.
Is it can we eat it? Like,
Yeah.
I know that's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
weird, but like,
Yeah.
can we eat it? Because that's what their entire reason for existing was. Can
Just
we
to
eat this?
survive.
Yeah. Just, can we eat this? Can we survive until tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's the only goal for early humans. But as we became more
Sentient. We became like, we found like our purpose.
we found a
For
purpose. Like,
some people, it's religion. For some people, it's like revolutionizing insert field. For some people, it's just getting a job and making a family.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, Darsh, because you're like, can I eat it? And like, I totally understand that, and I love that, and I do think it's so fascinating when you think about probably a lot of what we do is based off of the basic, like, can I eat it? Can it kill me? And that's kind of how we like operate.
Yeah.
flight or fright.
Yeah, well, that's
Flight or fright.
that's fight or flight. That's
Fight-
that's why
fight or
when we see a
flight.
car crash,
Yeah.
we usually are so like the rubbernecking.
Yeah.
It basically comes down to those two. There's a couple other questions, but it's like
Yeah.
those are two of them where it's like, could I survive that? And we assess the damage of the car crash. Like, why is everybody, no matter religion, nationality, common interest, age, gender, everything, we can't help but look at the dead deer on the side of the road when you pass it.
Overstimulation, it also affects our circadian rhythm. I don't know if our viewers
Hold
know
off
what
on that.
that's
I want to add
basically-
one thing. Did I put this or did you guys put this? The analogy
put
of
it.
too many tabs open at
Wait,
once.
no, you put that. You put
That was me. Look at me. Great job, Ancona. I think those of you that know what your Chromebook looks like where you have too many tabs open at once, that's the feeling of overstimulation for some of us. Go ahead. Circadian rhythms.
What the real problem is, if our stimulation is just always feeling restless, right? You'll never be able to like truly just sit down and do something you actually like to do. For most people, it's the arts, reading, drawing, making music. And if people aren't creative, I think that's why AI is taking over everything, because we just can't find the time to do it ourselves.
Because we won't allow ourselves to be bored.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, boredom.
Oh.
We forgot boredom.
Because we can't allow ourselves to be bored. And I put this as a comment on what you guys put about doing
Yeah.
the arts. Or like I was talking to a friend of mine who's a musician, and he was like, you know, what's concerning is that we're so overstimulated. We never have downtime. And how does a musician or someone in the arts get better at their craft? It's by having the time to tinker and play and configure and figure out things, which takes constant, endless repetitions upon repetitions.
That's every single career, not just
Of
the
course,
arts.
of course.
Because as a teacher, you're not only just doing, oh, I finished this lesson, I'm going to forget it forever. You're constantly refining the lesson.
And
you're figuring out new
reflecting on
ways.
your lesson,
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
to
and-
make it better.
And you're learning
you
from
have-
the students.
Yes,
I
all the
say
time.
this all the time. The teacher's learning more than the students.
Yeah. Because you guys don't learn anything. Oh.
Wait.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, the teacher's always learning new things. Like, I know you've learned a bajillion things from me just calling out random things in class.
Yes, so interesting. I
And-
also think of it as my job is to teach. Like, I want to
You're
continue to
facilitating
be
the
a
learning.
better teacher and help facilitate the learning more and more and more. And I learn because each of you guys are different and each year is different, and then each generation starts to be different. Like, I have to learn how you guys learn
Like,
best. It's like by the time I figure out how
Yeah.
your generation learns best, there's a new generation that's coming in, and all of that I could just
Or
throw
like
out.
Subway
Thing.
Surfers on the board while you're teaching us about grammar. Subway Surfers.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm guessing you just got into the groove of like something that happened a couple years ago, and now you aren't ready for the 6-7 and the skibbity memes.
41.
Yeah. Like, but
Bruh.
it's not only that, it's also like, yeah.
And I think that's the other problem with social media. Alongside overstimulated, as an artist, you're surrounded by constant other artists who are so good at like their craft, even though they might be younger than you or something like that.
But they're only posting their highlights. They're never posting their lowlights or their
Yeah.
struggles.
So
right?
that's I think the
Circadian rhythm?
problem.
Yeah, so let's talk about circadian rhythms too.
Yeah. So basically, the circadian rhythm is your internal clock, and overstimulation can basically break that clock, like how you smash your clock in the morning to
What?
snooze it.
Never smashed a clock.
I've never done
I've
that.
never, but like cartoons.
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah.
They go.
Yeah.
"Wah."
Your body knows when to start unwinding, to start releasing
Yeah.
serotonin,
'Cause,
right?
Because it's because of mainly the blue light. It can become like there's a reason why so many devices have like a dark mode on them
Mhm.
because it reduces the blue light, and that blue light is usually good from like natural like the sun, but
So-
from phones it
So basically, our bodies run on an internal clock, and so
Based
our
on the
bodies
sun.
say wake up at sunrise,
Yeah.
go to sleep at sunset,
Yeah.
and do everything in between. Like around noon, that's lunch. In the morning after you wake up, breakfast. Before bed, like an hour or two before sunset, you eat.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know no one eats before sunset. I mean no one,
I
basically.
eat dinner at 5.
You do?
Yeah,
I
I
eat
do.
dinner at like 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we eat dinner at 5.
Yeah, that's good actually, because basically you need an hour or two to digest a minimum.
Yeah, it gives us time.
Yeah.
Also, like, younger kids, and like I like to have more of the evening time
Yeah, to yourself.
to ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, overstimulation, you're constantly doing things. Like, let's say you are scrolling on TikTok. You're going to do that until 2 a.m. Like Aarav was saying. Yeah.
That context switching. When you're in bed, your brain thinks, oh, it's time to party.
Yes.
And it can't sleep. But if you do something like reading or something.
That's why everyone says always take a hot bath and have a glass of milk and read a book right before bed.
Yeah.
Because that all calms you down and gets you in the mindset of sleeping. Because if you are overstimulated and you just come off of the screen, like you just scrolled for an hour or two.
A screen is stimulating. So when you think about just, if you put aside the science for a second, the screen is stimulating. Your video game, your social media, whatever you're watching is stimulating.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that when you're going to bed.
Yeah. Because the point of sleeping is so that you de-stimulate.
Yeah.
So your body can just power down.
It's so crazy that the worst things we do when we are overstimulated is we naturally
Stimulate ourselves.
overstimulate ourselves again. So it's like, oh my God, I'm so overstimulated. And we take out our phone.
And
like,
the
Like,
context
no.
switching.
That you're doing it wrong. Like you
Like,
can't sleep at night. And it's like what a lot of people do now is they quickly grab their phone and just scroll a little to shut down their brain. It is unreal because what you're doing is you're getting quick information. That is stimulating. When you're trying to go to sleep, you're overstimulating yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Wild. So how do we fix
transition.
this?
So how we fix this?
So
Okay, meditation.
Tell me what works best for you,
Yeah.
you, and I will tell you one of the things that works best for me, and then we can dump out all the
Rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
works
works
best for you, Darsh?
me is reading a book.
Okay?
This is a little stimulating, but that's because I'm way too overstimulated by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that basically stimulates me enough to want to read, but it also is not stimulating enough for me to like declutter myself
Yeah.
and have a calm mindset, because if I have a calm mindset and I'm reading, I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm not thinking of what I'm going to have for dinner in an hour. I'm not thinking of, oh, I have homework left. I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen next in the plot. And focusing on one thing
Focus,
is
that's
really, really, really important. Because if you focus on one thing, that's going to help you yourself. That's why finding a hobby, finding something you like is super important.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of truth there is to this, but I cannot think of a time where I am reading, not scanning, but actually reading something
Like what
where
is
I'm comprehending
reading for you?
when I'm comprehending what I'm reading. I am focused on that singular thing. I can't be thinking about other things, because if I'm thinking about other things, I'm not comprehending
that's
what I'm
scanning.
doing.
For me, that's
it's a really singular focus.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of hard for most
for
people.
me.
Read-
That's why they
it
don't enjoy it,
it's not
because they always
it's not
get that.
overstimulating.
Yeah, they just
Oh,
get
that's
that
interesting.
internal notification like, oh, I have homework left.
I have other things. I should be doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And if you have that, then you aren't focusing on reading, and that's what makes people not like reading, because they don't like the focusing part.
The singular focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
They're used to
And that's why
hopping.
people don't like boring things, even though boring things are wonderful and they're so much fun.
And Darsh, sorry to cut you off, but I think that state happens in reading when You get so like into the book that you start forming pictures in your mind. And when you think
That's
about it,
perfect.
that's
Yeah.
stimulation.
Yeah,
And that
that's
always
a good stimulation because
Stimulation without the word over. It's not overstimulation,
it's just
right?
stimulation.
It's basically-
Just stimulation.
it's
Stimulation's
passing time.
different.
It's
Stimulation's
passing
okay.
time
Yeah.
and understanding that time instead of glossing over that time just to waste it.
Yeah, then we
You're
start getting into the
enjoying
whole
that time.
mindfulness and we start talking about that, which is like, my God, we got to do like 8 different like branch episodes of this.
In-
Yeah.
And I don't mean
in
that
5 minutes.
No, I mean like we totally could, especially if there's an appetite for this. What's the thing that works? One of the things that works best for you when you're overstimulated?
So for me, as Darsh said with reading books, that helps too in the night. But Darsh, when you said that you think that boring thing's really good, I disagree. I think it depends on the type of boring thing. If you're just looking at
But
a
it's boring.
wall,
It's boring.
if you're just looking at a wall for 3 hours, that's
Okay.
just medieval torture. And the same is for reading a book. You're so involved in that book that you're not thinking of anything else.
No, but reading is
But-
not. I mean, I don't think that you mean boring. I think you mean literally no stimulation.
Yeah.
No,
Like
not no
sitting alone.
stimulation. Low stimulation.
Low stimulation. I told
'Cause
you guys I sat on a train to Manhattan
Yes.
one night, didn't take out my phone once, just sat there like a psychopath.
And didn't even look out the
Every
window.
day.
Didn't even look
like-
out the window, didn't talk to anyone, just kind of sat there alone with my thoughts. It was brutal, but I also know my creative process is
Did you enjoy it?
no, I didn't.
Every day on the bus, since I don't have a phone, I just look out the window.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of helped with the problem.
Okay,
Like,
I'll.
for me,
But that's my creative process is like I need that time, the incubation period, to not think about the thing I'm trying to solve and just look out the window.
yeah, for me, it's just like replacing all my really overstimulating activities with other slightly less stimulating activities, and you keep going. So, for example, instead of YouTube Shorts, just long form videos, and
Yes,
then you go on to studying with music. Then
Studying
just-
without music so you can lock in even more. I mean, unlike some people work best with music, but for some people like me who work better without music, I know I'm a psychopath sometimes.
No, I can't write with music.
No, that's
My
understandable.
wife likes to put my wife likes to write as well, and she'll put on like cafe background music.
Yes,
That's what
Right?
I do sometimes.
Yeah,
Cafe
and I
That's
used to be a
fine.
classical music person when I would be
Yeah.
like writing essays in college. But now I find that the best writing I do is where I just don't put anything on,
Yeah.
because I can get overstimulated by the cafe acoustic version of a popular song, and I'm like, that's an acoustic version of Taylor Swift's "Shake It Off," and then I start
Shake
like
it off.
going down that path. For me, I have found over the last couple of years that meditating is one of the most helpful things. So
It
for
is.
for our listeners who are just like meditating, get out of here. I felt the same way too, but I have found that in a pinch, meditating for me can just be I go outside and I just sit.
Like,
I don't
just
think
sit
about
there.
anything. I just look at the trees. I look at the clouds. I look at the surroundings. I just pick a tree and look at the texture on the bark. And I know that for some people that sounds painfully
That is what
painful,
meditating is.
but
It's focusing on one
Yes.
thought, one focus, and sitting there and enjoying it.
And
Yeah.
and I almost would say I might even push back and say I don't go in with the intent of enjoying it or not enjoying
But
it.
you come out.
You
I just go in
reflect.
to be.
Yeah.
I am here and I'm sitting. I love doing it sometimes like in the winter at night. Like if I'm feeling overstimulated, just go stand outside in the backyard, look at the stars for like 5 minutes. That's it. No
But I-
thoughts, nothing. Just
and it doesn't have to
sit
be
and look
for
at
an hour or two.
No. Oh,
it has
God,
to
no.
be 2 5 minutes,
Yeah.
10 minutes max. And if you can go 2 minutes without any stimulation, great. Perfect, actually.
But I think
But
that
learn to
the
improve
thing-
on that. From 2 minutes, go to 2 minutes 30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Go to 2 minutes 45. Go to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And slowly build up your courage and build up your stamina to go and learn to be bored.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Be bored.
yeah.
If
just
if you have one takeaway from this video or podcast,
Yeah.
just be bored and enjoy being bored.
yeah.
Listen, on that, Aarav, Darsh, this was wildly stimulating in a
Yeah.
good way, not overstimulating. This was amazing. You guys are clearly so knowledgeable about this. Till next
Brain-
time, stay safe, stay hungry,